Everybody's stuck in the moment. This feeling's got us flying so high. Nobody really knows where they're going, but as long as we are here, we are right. Free from all the pain, from all the sorrow, free from all the rain. 'Cause there will be tomorrow. Nobody really knows where we're going, but as long as we're here, we gon' be loving this moment.
Audio level check. Just 1 2 1 2 1 2. Test. Test 1 2. Alrighty, where am I hearing myself? Yeah, I doubt that website works. If any website even works.
Never been the type to just rush it, so in control of my feelings. I never thought
Nope.
I'd fall it, but now I'm seeing
Big
that's
fat
over.
negative.
'Cause I want you a bit closer through all the things I said. Let's just leave the past behind tonight. Don't be afraid of what this might become. Take me there, 'cause I'll go anywhere tonight, tonight. No one else, I don't need nothing else
Ah, it's white.
I wanna know what you're thinking. Could've never picture you leaving. I never thought I'd say it. Everything I thought I knew doesn't even matter now in this moment. Do all the things I said. Let's just leave the past behind tonight.
Alright, so today we're going to be working on a Williams System 6 board that came out of a Hot Tips game. Board is extremely clean. This board has a remote battery holder, some of them are already installed. I've actually noticed that this socket, and socket have been replaced at one point in time. I actually was going to replace them, but after checking this chip here, it was fine. This is a 6810. When they made these boards, Motorola put their own part number on them, but these are just basically 6810s. I've already tested this chip, it's fine. I'm suspecting it has a bad 5101, so I do have a new tested 5101. But first I'm going to hook up my Fluke troubleshooter and see if I can read and verify these 3 EEPROMs. So what I've done was I've gone online, downloaded the actual white clipper ROMs and the game code, ran them through my ROM Ident website, which will allow me to pull up the signatures off of them, as you can see here, on this piece of paper. So I wrote them down, so I have them. And then I'll hook up the Fluke troubleshooter and power up the board. The board is powered up via this connector here. Which conveniently is not labeled. They don't label any of the connectors on this board. It is on the it is located on the schematic and has a very decent drawing. So we have, this is the memory protect circuit and memory. So the battery powers this chip when the main board powers down. These are PROM sockets, and these are EEPROM sockets. These are actually 2316s, but you can use 2716s in this board. Normally this came with either PROMs or it came with EEPROMs. This one has EEPROMs installed. This is the display output controller circuit right here. This is the CPU. These are the address decoders. These are the data bus transceivers. This is the power and reset circuit. This is the blanking circuit. This is the blinking test point. That's the CPU. That's the crystal for the CPU. So first thing we're going to do is we need to power this guy up. Let's see if we get anything going on it. Ground, positive, positive. 2 unused and a unregulated pin. Alright, so this is ground, positive, and then that's for the reset. Ground. And that's exactly what he said he was getting, just 2 solid lights. So what we're going to do is take a logic probe, which I just had here, is your name? Alright, where's he hiding at? Here he is. So address starts on pin 9. 1 ground, halt, low, Oops, wrong chip. So memory request is stuck high. IRQ is bouncing all over the place. VMA ain't doing shit. Right, so this CPU is not doing anything. Let's check the reset pin. Reset stuck low. So I might need to add right. So the CPU does not seem to be doing anything. Oh, the clock's not even doing anything. So we have no clock signal. So the CPU isn't doing anything because, well, which is weird is I have this pin bouncing, but there's no clock signal coming into the CPU. Looks like the crystal's been replaced at some point in time. Yep, someone's replaced the crystal because that is not the right frequency. It should be a 3.58, that's a 3.579, so that's quite interesting. I'm gonna look at it on the scope though because this is the way this is designed, it goes right in it, so it could be possible that so it's either a bad 6802 because this isn't using an external clock circuit. Alright, yeah, I got the crystal's working. 3.57, a little out of spec. But for pinball, it doesn't really, it's not like a video game, so it doesn't really need to have super precise. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check the other pins. Alright, so there we go. There's so that's the clock output. So that is working. Correction on that. So that is working. But we're not getting any address counts. Any address data coming out of the chip. It's all. So that might be related to reset being stuck high. Hello? I'm noticing it looks like someone's cut a part off of this right here. Looks like a chip's been removed or something's been removed off the board. Normally there is a jumper there. What appears to be a jumper. Look at the schematic. Scroll down to the schematic. Let's see, showing it, look at it here. So here is the CPU. reset. Oh, resets right here, 40. Oh, okay, the jumper's for a different thing. This is good, that pen. Alright, so pin 40. But as soon as I figure out where my mouse is appeared to. Pin 40 comes down. This top row. This gets pulled high. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the CPU, install the Fluke troubleshooter, and see what the Fluke troubleshooter says to me. May just have a bad 6802, which it has been replaced at one point in its life. Power off. Power's turned off. Inspect those pens. Yeah, this was replaced at some time in its life. I believe this does the 6802 test. Well, let's test it again. I'm thinking there's something wrong with this chip because it's causing my display to go wacky. And it says fail. So that actually might be a bad CPU. Let's see if we get any activity now. Running Fluke. Fluke's not complaining about a reset line. 4. So there's our IRQ again. Pin 3 still stuck high. Alright, so pin 5 is now doing a valid memory address request. Power. So there's A0. There's A1. There's A2. There's A3. A4. A5 does not seem to be doing anything. A6. A7. A8, 9, 10. Let's see, that doesn't make sense. Why would all those pins be stuck like that? This is stuck trying to read this chip. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell this to stop doing whatever it's doing. And we're going to try to read the 6810 memory chip, which is this guy right here. Which is at address 0080. 000. So IC3, which is IC3 at 13, 16, and 19. I don't have a 13. This only has this one in here. All right, let's write to address 0080. We're gonna write 00, and then we're gonna read 0080 and see if we got 00. We're gonna write 0080, and then we're gonna write FF, and then now we're going to read 0080 FF. Now we're gonna do a random short of 0080 to 00FF. We're doing a ROM test there, so we got a good ROM test. We're gonna do a long RAM test. So we're now interrogating this chip from the CPU socket. So if this passes, that tells us the lower address decoders are okay. Alright, that passed okay. Now, we can't test the 5101 through the Fluke because it's only a 4-bit device. So, only the lower 4 bits are there. So what we can do is it's only 16 values. Dent 0123. Hello, sir. Hopefully you're not a bot. If you're not a bot, say hello. If you're a bot, you will be banned. I know you're not a bot, Ross. Musif. Alright, Dent, I'm going to say you're a real person because you actually are showing up as a user. How's it going, guys? Welcome to my stream. Thanks for the follow. I'm doing an early Sunday morning stream because I can. Not at Disney. Alright, so this chip's been tested. It's good to go. We're now going to test the 5101 located right here. Yeah, I know you're not a bot. Thanks for the follow. How'd you find my stream? Because I didn't post it anywhere. Hello from Mississippi. How are you, sir? Yes. If you don't know, there is a bot attack on Twitch. So if you just jump on a channel and you don't say anything and you just start following, the streamer might think you're a bot. So, but Mississippi, how's it going in Mississippi? Tell me how you found me. You hide? It was just some random stream you're clicking on? Is she hosting me? Is she really hosting me? Get out. Get out of town. Is she really hosting me? She is hosting me. Wow. Yeah. That is, I don't know what to say. I'm gonna have to send her a big heart. Yes, I decided to throw this under pinball because it is pinball related. So I normally stream under science and technologies or making. I also do pinball. I also do not pinball streaming actually itself, but I do gaming streaming. But I do a lot of tech stuff. But I only do tech stuff usually once a week. But this week I decided that I wasn't going anywhere this morning. Instead of mowing the lawn or going to CrossFit, which we had to cancel CrossFit today, I decided to sit down and do this board repair. So, Ras, if you haven't seen my style board before, my stream before, I fix boards, electronics. I also do retro computer stuff. I also fix arcade boards. I have Donkey Kong board and a Professor Pack that's in queue. Professor Pack will be on the bench probably Tuesday night or sooner. I got to check to see if I have some parts to actually work on it. Then I do game streams on usually Friday and sometimes Wednesday. I used to do it on Wednesday, but it was more of a group Dungeons and Dragons thing, and I went ahead and canceled that stream because it wasn't getting a lot of traction. So Mondays is Meh Mondays. If I get home from work, I will randomly, or get home from a volunteer walk I do. If I'm up to it, I'll play some video games. Tuesdays is tech repair, which really requires me to be focused. And then Thursdays is my day off. Fridays is video gaming. I usually play with Shibby Loves and a couple other people on stream. And then Thursday I might stream. I haven't decided. And then the weekends I usually try to avoid Twitch, and I usually either moderating for Thug Shells or I am at Disney or Universal or somewhere else. So yesterday I was helping a friend with a magic wheelchair project, so I was not home. Cool. Yeah, I have just about every retro computer you can think of in multiples of more than one. So I have a Commodore PET 20 or Commodore PET 2001N. I have a VIC-20 64 128, Amiga 500, Amiga 1000, Amiga 3000. I have an Atari 400, Atari 500, Atari 800. I have a Coleco Atom. I have a SGI something 10,000. I can't remember the name of it. Timex Eclair. The Apple II, Apple II GS, Apple IIe, Mac Performa, Mac II FX, Mac II LC, Tandy 1000, a couple IBM 5150s, even some small home-built retro small little PC keyboards. I do not do any retro like Mr. stuff. I do have Mr. But I don't play a lot of retro gaming. I just like fixing them. So I bring them all out to an arcade pinball show we do in November. Me and a group of about 30 people. We do a largest arcade pinball show in Florida. And we have a little over 200 games. And I usually bring all my retro computers out. And then I usually spend a whole year fixing them because they usually get broken. Kids like to just smash on keys. I don't know why. They just do that. The SGI is not that big. It's about 20 inches by 14 inches by 6. It's the Indigo. It's an Indigo 10,000, and it's fully loaded. So it's got the full development suite. It was like for back in the day, it was like top of the line craziness, but now it's just a paperweight. I mean, you can't. I think a calculator is faster than it. All right, let's get back to this board here. I got to go for my other birthday celebration today. This has been a full long week of birthday stuff for me. Starting in last Sunday, where Tug Shells did the birthday stream, and then I did a birthday WOD, and then I did birthday on Wednesday, and then I did birthday on Thursday, and I did birthday on Friday, and then I did birthday on Saturday, and then I'm doing a birthday today. So I'm going to write to address 0100. I'm going to read 0100. Whoops, read 0100. All right, so 0100, I wrote 00 and I got 11 coming back. That is not right. So now let's write FF. Yeah, so I am not reading and writing this chip right here. This guy. So I am going to remove it because that is what I basically thought was going to be wrong with this board to begin with. So we're going to remove that and we'll test it. After we test it, which will probably be verified it's bad, and we will then put a socket in and we will put in a new chip. And of course, this chip is from 1983, 1984. So, very old chip, and that is brand new one. So, brand new, but it's 40 years old. Nice. 16-bit Ataris. Oh yeah, I forgot. I do have some 16-bit Ataris. I have a 1040 STE. I wish it was an STF but it's the STE. So yeah, I have a couple of those too. See, I keep forgetting all the extras. No, I got a Aquarius too. Yep. Yeah, I got I got 3 of those. Totally forgot about those. Yeah. Cool. Learn something new every day. It's pretty cool, man. There's a reason that's the reason I just banned you from Thug Shell's channel. I wouldn't do that. You're not a bot. Alright, so we're going to remove this chip. Using my trusty Haku desoldering gun. I'm going to put on some glasses that make me see this better. I'm going to switch over to this view only because I don't think you guys want to see my forehead, my head. Alright, so I removed all the solder on the bottom side of the board. The downfall is I think this board is flowed, so there's going to be solder on the top of the board. I'm going to try to get that out. All right. Now, we use this style tweezers here. So I love tinkering with them and working on perfecting my hot air desoldering skills. Yep, I have a hot air. I'm running a quick 861 DW. I don't do a lot of surface mount stuff. I mean, I actually do a lot of surface mount stuff with a regular soldering iron. I've done TSOP 44s with Rooker soldering iron. I need to get some practice on surface mount. I just don't like heating the whole board, and it's just I'm not a big fan of it. So if I take these style tweeze things, and you can actually take the chip here, and you can grab it from the side like this, and you can actually, because you can pull it up on the side like this, but you can bend pins doing that. So if you go in on the side, you can actually kind of pull it out a little easier. So there we go. Pulled it out. We're going to test this using this cool kit. This is something you might want to get. I picked this up from a gentleman in Germany, 8bit-museum.de. It comes as a kit. You got to order all the parts, but it works really good. So we're going to test. This is a 5101, which is the same as a 2101. Of course, it's not that chip. Ah. No. Exit this menu. You need to go to the uncommons. $21.01. We're just gonna do that. There's out. No problem. Put this chip in here. That's unfortunately sucks. So it's testing the RAM and saying the RAM is good, which is not a good sign because now I got to figure out what's wrong logically. Also, this chip is got solder legs on it, and it's not really going to go back in a socket. So the only thing I can do is I could put it back in the board. I could just put it back on the board and not socket it, or I could just go ahead and install a socket and put a new one in. I can try to stab this into a pin socket, but I'm not a big fan of that. Fortunately, this is this weird socket layout too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just put a new one in with a socket. Fortunately, I don't have any. I'm not a big fan of these pin grid, these machine pin sockets, but unfortunately, that's the only way you can get this weird package. And would have helped if I would have remembered which way was pin 1, because the board's not labeled. Alright, it is on that drawing though. Thankfully on this page it does tell you which way the orientation is. Yeah, I never really tried that. Never tried using the to remove dip chips with it. I've never actually done that. I have to get some test boards and try that. But alright, let's get this guy soldered in. I am not using a fume extractor. Unfortunately, I used to smoke as a kid. I tell you what, smoking is probably way worse than this is. Did you see that Pi Storm thing that they got coming out? It's a Raspberry Pi that emulates the 68000. I'm on the list to get one, but who knows when we're gonna get one, because apparently there's a huge shortage of parts to make them. Alright. This chip's good. I'm going to go ahead and just put it in. This probably would be a good reflow subject, just to hit it with a... Ouch. Ah! That worked pretty good. Let's retest it, see if I destroyed it. Nope, still good. So, that's a good way to clean the pens up on a pulled chip. Yeah, this chip shortage shit's crap. I got so many kits I bought that I just haven't got around to building too. It's like, I built some little REU 1541 replacements, but I couldn't get any of them to work. So I don't know if I just got bum chips or what. It's kind of bummed out, but what can you do? I built 2 of them and I just gave up. They say that the guy was like, everyone just built them, it's not had a problem, but it's like, I can't get them to work. Alright. Read 0100. write 0100. We're going to write FF. Read 0100. Yeah, so I'm not reading and writing the CMOS chip. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to basically write FF to it, and I'm just going to loop. I'm just going to continuously try to write FF to this chip. And then we're going to take the logic probe, and we are going to probe around this chip. So we're going to probe around this chip, and we're going to start at pin number 1. We have data. Pin number 2, we have traffic. Pin number 3, we have traffic. Pin number 4, we have traffic. Pin 5, we have traffic. Pin 6, we have traffic. Pin 7, we have traffic. The next 2 pins are data pins. Oh, that doesn't seem right. 9 and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 is doing something. 10 is doing something. Pin 8 was ground. Yep. All our data pins are doing something. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 is low, which is tied into reset again. 18 is doing something. 19 is a chip select. That's doing something. 20 is read write. That's doing something. 21 is address. 22 is power. Alright, so we apparently are writing this chip. I'm going to switch over to the Fluke pod. The Fluke has a... So when you listen to this one here, you'll hear this beeping noise. It's because it's transitioning. So the Fluke has a pod that Fluke data probe that will sync to either the address bus or the data bus. So I can sync it to the address bus, and then we will write the 100, and then we'll write FF, and then we're going to go loop again. So now when I look at these address pins, since I'm writing to 0100, that is address 0 on this chip. So all these pins should show a low on this guy here. The low. I'm not sure if you can see it. Probably not. I can slide this up a little more. Yeah, you can see it. So, low. Low. There we go. Low. 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 And then low. And then the other address pin was over here. This guy here. Low. So those are our address pins. So now if we write to address 017F, I believe that is the high address on this chip. High, 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 high. Ooh, that's a low. Oh. Someone just sent me a picture saying, "Did you get a new car?" The license plate says, "Oh, Hammy." Oh. All right. Back to working here. So one, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe it's 01 FF, right? 01 FF, enter, FF, enter, loop. So all our address pins work. Let's do the data pins. Now we're going to sync this to data. Right, 0100. We're going to start with all lows. Our data pins are 9, 10 is data 0. So these two. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. Now we're going to write 0100FF. Loop, 4 bits should be high, high, high. All right, so address lines are okay, data lines are okay. But we are not able to actually write to this chip. All right. So this is definitely in. So we're failing to do it right to the RAM. So now we need to look at the read-write pins. So there's only 2 pins that are actually controlling read and write. Pin 20 and pin 19. Pin 19 is driven by the address bus and the address bus decoders. So pin 19 should be high outside of the memory address and low during the memory address. And that's for reading and writing. So I'm currently writing the 0100. I think I still have to sync the address. So sync this back to address. Write 0100. This, so we're going to get pin number 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. It is low. So let's try writing out. Let's go to the high address. All right, 01FF. Low. Let's go outside the memory address. High. So let's go all the way up to it. 0FF. Still high. We'll write to 0100. Goes low. Write to 01FF. And then we'll write to 01. Oops. Write to 0200. Yeah, so that address decoder is working. I think my reset logic backwards. I'm not getting I'm not getting a reset error on the Fluke. It should say... Is reset supposed to be active low or active high? This is where I always get confused, is the stupid under of the bar above. I always get confused with this. Bar above the... Yeah, I always get confused with this bar over reset. That mean active low or active high? I think it's active low. Just active low is fine, because it's high. No, that's 10.7. 10.8 is right here. It's active low. So read is low. I don't know why this is. This is... Right, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0. Read 0, 1, 0, 0. No matter what I write, 0, 1, 0, 0. I always get the same bits back. Let's see if I got 5 volts going to this guy. Maybe we just don't have enough power going to it. Shouldn't need the battery plugged in. Yeah, we got power. Alright, so in this case, most likely what's happening is we have something else. No, because this one tested fine. So if we had a stuck bit on the data bus from one of the chips or one of the I/O chips, it would have affected the 6810. We were able to read this just fine. Um, Twenty, 21. I'm gonna just check these real quick. So it's 20, 17, and 14. Is 7,000. 17 is 7,800. And 14 is 6,000. So this is the game ROM. This is unique to the game. But this one's unique to the game. And it's at address 6,000. Alright, so we're going to do ROM 6,000 through 6FFFF. I probably got that wrong. Yeah, 67FF. $6,000 through 67FF. The signature is going to be 2755. Alright, that's okay. 7,000. Bullshit, Blue Frenzy. I'm gonna see you in 2 hours, dirtball. You know where I live. You can come visit. I'm going to Disney Wednesday. You can come with me. Alright, so these test fine, this test fine. It is something wrong with the 5101. Not able to read the 5101. Now, is there... Why can I not read the 5101? Everything's testing fine. Are you heading out? It's 12:12. It's not gonna. It takes you like 45 minutes to get there. I gotta go to the bathroom, so I'll be right back. Oh, sorry about that. I should have probably muted the stream before I did that. All right. Sweet. Yeah, I'll check it out. Blue Frenzy's just being funny. Have a good one, Rasmus. Stay out of trouble. See you around the streams. All right. Why, oh why, oh why can I not read and write the RAM? All I do know is it's getting a little frosty in here. How many times is my phone going to install updates today? Harmless trouble. Oh. Harmless trouble. Alright. Let me think what's going on here. Very odd. Write 010000. Read 0100. Like, it is not. Like, I can't write and read or write anything. Alright, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look at it on the scope. Alright. All these signals look nice and clean. Nice solid rise and fall. Ooh, that don't look good. That looks noisy as. Okay, but it's just the lows don't look that great. You know what? I like the way it's measuring 160 millivolts on my scope. That's cute. I got something that looks weird. But it's still in tolerance. Like, an address bus high seems low. may actually have to look at the logic, the logic analyzer, and see. I mean, I could just start, oh, I'll just replace this chip and replace this chip and replace this chip. The fact that all of the address, all the EPROMs and everything else is working perfectly fine. So, here is one thing. Just noticed it. No, it's the same data bus. They all share the same data bus. The data bus works fine on this chip, all these. So this chip tests fine, this chip tests fine, this chip tests fine, and this chip tests fine. They all share the same data bus. They all share the same address bus. This chip has this chip here, which is controlling the address logic from A8, but it all uses the same address bus. So if there was an issue in the address bus, it would affect both this chip, and this chip. These all would have a problem, these 4 chips. These are all testing fine. This is the only chip that I can't read and write. We've already replaced it. We put a new socket in. All the signals look good. We got a good solid 5 volts coming in on it. Where's the battery at? Is there something we're missing on the battery circuit? Battery voltage just feeds into here. However, there's a diode right here. So if there's no batteries, you're like, oh, well, there's your problem. But no, there's this diode, D18, is feeding 5 volts into the CMOS B plus line. B plus, which I don't, has this pole up here, comes through, yeah. So there's nothing. What's up? What's up, sir? How are you this evening? Cooking anything good today? How's your kitchen situated in your new place yet? I did stream cooking the other day. I think it's still up on my VODs from a couple weeks ago. I cooked, I don't remember what I cooked. I cooked tacos. Yeah, it was like literally like 20-minute stream. So like, I got the stream started. I cooked the tacos at the end of the stream, but then everybody's like, I went to log on to your stream and you were already done cooking. I'm like, so I have to, my cooking streams, I'm gonna have to put like, maybe like a 5-minute pause at the beginning of the stream or something to wait for people to jump on. Yes, it is a little city. Oh wait, here. It's a little city. And these are all little cars, and these are all the highways. They go everywhere. And this is a house. Oh, this is a storage facility. So the other day, I don't know if I posted it in the food channel or snack channel, but I made Szechuan pork ramen stir fry, which used ramen noodles, and it was really good. I don't know if you can see that. I have to say that was probably I like amazed. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So I was like really like this really was good. So oh, dude. So so yeah, let me explain what I'm doing since you're just here. So this board is from a Williams pinball machine from 1985. Maybe later. Actually, no. Looks like this is from like the 1979. Most day codes are 79. I don't know the exact date of the year, but this board is basically 42 years old. Back in the day, and 42 years ago, it was very hard to put diagnostic software inside your ROMs because memory's very expensive, like super expensive. Hence the why we had the Y2K problem. So, for instance, this chip here is what keeps the high scores when the machine's turned off. It's only 4 bits. It's not 8-bit wide. It's only 4 bits. So they have to write, like if they wanted to save an 8-bit value, they have to save it in 2 memory locations. This is the actual game RAM, and it is not very big. It's from 080, so it's like maybe I think 4K. Not very big. So that's what this thing is. That's what this cable is here. This little thing I have sitting here is called a Fluke System Troubleshooter. It replaces the CPU. And then over here on to the left, you can't see it on the cam. When I get some money set up, I'm gonna try to get another camera that can get the lower end of my diagnostic tools. You can see it's right here down up. It's behind me. Maybe hold on. I'm delayed on the stream. Yeah, you can't see it. It's right here, down there. And then I have tools over here. So I need another camera that is lower, like over here. So that's what this does. And then over here on this side is, so if I go to this view here, you look at my view here. So this is the camera on the other side of the table. This box sitting here next to me that I'm pointing at here, these things are actual logic analyzers. So see all these little cables? They'll let me look at the data, the traffic on the data bus, which I'm getting ready to probably hook up because I'm at the point now where I can't figure out why it's not. The preliminary looking at everything, it looks like it's working correctly. But for whatever reason, it is not. Yeah, not an engineer. Yeah, so first stage, you test it with power. Then you use a logic probe to see if things are going on. We do have what looks appear to be a bad CPU. We did diagnose that, so that's defective. I also tested it in my chip master tester. It reported it was bad. So it's bad CPU. However, it's still not. So then I hooked up this. This emulates the CPU, lets me exercise it. I was able to verify this RAM chip's working perfectly. The contents of these ROM chips have valid data. I was able to download the ROMs off the internet. I run them through a website I have called ROMident. that you upload the images to, and it gives you a code, which then you can run inside this system troubleshooter, which will verify that the contents, and it uses a checksum, and it verifies that it is like a CRC. So these are good. This is good. However, everything going to this chip, all the address lines, all these pins, so all these signals here all look to be correct. So from a high overview satellite view, it should be working. However, it's not working. I cannot read or write anything to it. Yeah. I mean, not like this board here. These got chips all smushed together, but to think that you could probably replace every single chip on this board now with one chip. And this is a CGA or a CGA MDA video card for an old IBM computer. Yeah. Oh, the worst part is this board doesn't have any labeling on it. It's like it doesn't tell you like which chip is what. So you have to go to the manual, and it has it broken down like this. So all this is working, all this is working, all this is so far everything's working, but for some reason I'm not able to read and write the ROM. This RAM chip, CMOS RAM chip. But everything seems to be working okay. 1 millisecond timer, memory protection circuit. Don't know what that is. D-bounce memory protect. D-tag switch. So that is IC24. Where is that at? IC24. D-bounce memory protect. IC24. Literally, it's part of the memory. 11, 27, 12, 10, 9. I don't see an IC20, 25, 23. Right here. Diagnostic switch. Oh. Diag switch debounce. Okay. So this switch here is this switch. That's for one of these. It's the debounce for this guy. It had nothing to do with memory. Yeah, it's a puzzle solve, all right. Super puzzly solving. What time is it? It's 12:30. All right. I got 1 hour left before I gotta call it quits. All right. Let's pause the big guns. All right. This might get a little noisy. All right, we're pulling out the big guns. So now we're going to look at the data all the way down to the bottom, and so we can see what's going on. Where's my clippies?
my doubts when I was swept by the ocean, and every pulse from the tide was a finish line. A wave race we were made to ride. You and I were first.
So this chip, so looking at the schematic, we have this memory chip right here. This is what we're trying to figure out what's going on. Zoom in. So this chip here has some address pins here, an address pin here, and these are, you could think of these as your street address going down your road. Each house has an address, so it's binary logic. 000, 001, 002. Now, unfortunately, this is only 9 bits of the 16 bits that the CPU has. So there is some logic that will then decode like the subdivision. That's this chip right here. So this chip here is in charge of a wider address range. So these address pins here will always be active for anything that has the lower 8 bits changing, which is just about everything in the whole system. However, this guy here, it will only be active when it's only looking in a certain memory address range. So this chip here, so if this chip was bad, it would remap this chip somewhere else in the memory space, which we confirmed is actually working fine. It's not, so this pin here, pin number 19, the chip select, chip enable 1, is only active low during the memory address selection range of 0100 through 01FF. The read and write is what controls the direction of the data going into the chip or out of the chip. That is also confirmed to be working correctly. I don't know what OD is. It seems to be tied into read and write. So this chip here that controls this read and write is controlled by battery voltage. So the power goes out, it will shut off. It won't enable writing. OD, so the RW comes through here, it comes through this buffer chip. Yeah, that's all part of this. So we've already confirmed that we know these data pins work okay. Yeah, so we're gonna hook up this guy, and this guy's gonna actually look at the ductwork, the actual data all the way down. So I'm going to hook it up now because that thing's booted up already. So we're gonna hook up. That's good. Yeah, I'm just oversimplifying it. In case there's some other person out there that doesn't have a clue. Not saying that you don't. You cook great food, so you're definitely intelligent. Yeah, but yes, I'm oversimplifying it. need a ground. This is my ground signal. Use that. Now, we're going to take all these little wires, fancy spaghetti wires, and we're going to use the first 7 bits for address. So, address goes. But here's the other thing that's really. This chip is like so weird. Like, pin 1 is address 3. So I gotta go. I have to like 3. I'm just gonna do it down the road. I'm gonna do 3 first. So 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. No, that's 2. This is 3. Number 3. 3 is going to go on to the first pin. And then it goes to number 2. Yeah, so yeah. Stuff. I'm thinking what's happening is I think one of these gates is just a little off center. So it's not. It's missing the window, so like you have to have 2 things happen at the exact same time for this chip to get written to. And I think is what's happening is it's one is it's just not in sync. I'm having a hard time explaining it. All right, there's get back on there. All right. That's 0, 1, 2, 3. 4 is on the other side of the chip. I wonder how many arguments they had back in the day when they were designing this chip. Yeah, sometimes it's usually just a chip. I was assuming it was just going to be the chip, and this is going to be like super easy. So I have a Donkey Kong that's behind me that's even more of a nightmare. And the guy that boarded is, he jumps on the stream and watches the stream, and he's like apologizing. I'm like, no, this is just how this is. It's always... nothing ever goes as smooth as it should. If boards were so easy to fix, there would be more people fixing them. And then back in the day, it was just easier to like, there's something wrong with this board, guys. Okay, just get rid of it, put another one in. Because I've already spent 2 hours on this. Back in the day, this board probably only costs $50. But now it's very expensive. You can't get it. It's not easy to get. Alright, so we're going to do a chip select on the next one. Pin 19. Nine is going to be read write, and I will we'll have this up on the screen here shortly. Now I need 4 address lines. "10, 11, and 12, and 13 will be my address lines. So 10 will be D0, which is going to be over here. I don't know why I always, like, these cables are labeled. I don't know why I always try to go over there and try to figure out the next cable. Like, they have numbers on them. 12. Hopefully this isn't the one with the broken. I have one of these that has a broken input. The ribbon cable is bad. Alright, now let's go into the Logic Analyzer software. Yes, Buttspock is back. Believe it or not, burn marks and toasty chips are usually first place to look when you have something wrong with something. I'll give you an example of one. I don't know what's wrong with this board. I don't think I'm supposed to see through it. How's it going, Owl? How are you doing, sir? All right. Yep, probably a fuse. Yeah, there's a reason I don't drink. That's one of them. Not a big fan of hangovers. All right, let's go into here. All right, so we need, first address bus is going to be address. And that was going to be bits 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And we need to add our RW. We're going to need to add our chip select. And then we need to add our data. Not Dara, data. Data. Data was U, and U. And I think it was like that. Right? Sure. Great. Okay. Set up our trigger. We want to trigger on bus. We want to trigger on read write. And we want to trigger on the, go ahead on the falling edge. One time, okay. We want to set this clock speed to 50 nanoseconds because this thing is slow. We're going to fire one time. Downloading to the programming thingy. And it ran, so let's shoot our view, our waveform here. I should always put the time all the way there. Okay. We're writing to 0100. So apparently I have this thing. I gotta adjust the. There we go. I think we can just hit this button here. So now we're looking at the data. If I hit right 0 1 0 0 0 0 and loop that. So that's the address. And that's the data. I'm writing 0 0 to address. So okay. Sweet. So when are you gonna build that thing? Is it gonna be ready? Yeah, you don't want to lick transistors. They're full of nasty stuff. You don't want to do that. That's a bad idea. These chips are not edible. All right. So what I need to do, I might have the clock frequency too high. So the issue is this device is designed to go really fast. This thing's running at like 3 megahertz. I need to shrink down that chat window. What kind of coin mech do you need? I got a bunch of coin mechs here, or at least I used to. I got rid of a bunch of stuff. So this is the only time I really want to look what's on the screen. I don't care what any of this stuff. All this data out here doesn't affect me. I only care about when RW is low. So the rest of this data is completely useless. So I can see a problem. I am trying to write. Okay, so there's the address. 00000. Read write is 0. Chip select is 0. Address is 000. Frick is going on? Right, 0 1 0 0. Let's write AA. Everyone likes AA. How do I go in here and tell us to stop triggering? Look, I can trigger, send an email. Okay. I had a bunch of Japanese ones I just threw away. guess there's no way for me to stop. I think I need to do is I think the way I can add in here. If bus signal chip select, we'll do that one. Chip select. Low. Oh, I know what I need to do. I go into here. Go into here. Nope. Go into here. I don't need all this post crap. So I am writing AA, which is right here, A. Again, address 0. So I'm not sure what's going on here. This is right. I don't see anything that would be corrupting the data after the fact. Whoa. That's interesting. At some point, the chip did I did get a 0 written to the address 0 on this chip. What is this? $49.23. All the signals look perfectly fine. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try one thing here. I haven't tried this yet. I should probably try this earlier. I'm going to pull out this RAM chip. It is very possible that this address, this chip, could be interfering. So, interesting though is now it's just all zeros. As before I was getting ones, now I'm getting zeros on a read. The trigger, rewrite, we don't care anymore. Okay, I got my configuration wrong. Stop. Yes. I made my 2 pins backwards. Goes that way. I almost need to write a program that writes and then reads and writes and reads and writes and reads and writes and reads and then writes and reads. All right. Well, again, this looks perfectly fine. All right, let's do this. 5101 RAM PDF. Let's consult the actual Motorola RAM chip. Oh, Jesus. J-Rock looks like down. Try this one. All right. OD is output disabled. Write cycle requires RW to be low, OD to be high, CE2 needs to be high, and CE1, so CE2 needs to be high. That's an issue. CE2 is not high. CE2 is low. Nope. Yeah, CE2 is low. CE2 is tied to reset. What? Am I reading this right? Yeah, read and write, CE2 should be high. But I'm not getting any messages from my Fluke troubleshooter. About a reset one. Well, let's see what happens if I pull it high. We're just gonna pull it high. There's gonna be some unhappy gate on the board somewhere. That's it. I can now read and write the RAM. So alright, so our issue is the reset circuit is stuck low. And it should be going high. Eureka! Why my Fluke troubleshooter is not bitching at me. Alright, so we need to figure out why this signal here is not high. So we have R42 that pulls it low. We have Q4 that pulls it high. So we're going to check the base voltage of Q4. So first I'm going to do is unhook this jumper. Still low. All right. Don't need that anymore. All right, so Q4. This is going to suck because none of the parts of this board are labeled. So what I'm going to do is I have this printed out underneath here. So I am going to consult the printed out logic. right here. And I'm going to write the values as I read them onto this piece of paper. All right. So, we have 0 volts. Q4 is located at over here. You have 5 volts. You have 5 volts. And you have 0. Well, I can tell you right now, that's not going to work. Oh, yeah. Base has 5 volts. The emitter has 5 volts, and the collector 0. Yep. Bad Q4. You'll get a 2N4403. Question is, do I have a 4403? 4401? So 4403 is a PNP transistor. So let me check my other inventory here. Now, I don't have, unlike other repair places, like I won't mention any name, Crossman Repair Group, they pull parts from used devices. Which is fine and dandy when you have piles and piles and piles of busted boards that people just give you or you buy from wherever. Problem is you don't even know if those parts are even good that you're pulling stuff off of. So I don't think I have the 5401. Let me just go with a 5401. We'll look up a 5401 and see if it'll work. I think a 5401 will work. Let's see if a 5401 will take the place. Hello, Shibby. Don't ban Commander Root though. If he shows up, he's a good bot. That's probably the only good bot you don't want to ban, is Commander Root. But thank you for knocking those ones out. Yeah, I was figuring Industrial Parasite was one. I wasn't even paying any attention. And the other TV viewer one, I was like, yeah, whatever. That one randomly just hosts channels. It didn't really bother me one bit. Alright. Back onto what I was doing. I'm going to see if a 5401 will replace a 4401. 2N 5401. Oh, and I don't want that. No, go away. I want to look at the data sheet. So that's a 5401. Well, the key values we want to look at is HFE, which is DC current drain. So we're looking at 30 to 60. And now we'll look up a 2N 4401. Pinball Boy Germany, thanks for the follow, sir. Welcome to the shit show of fixing a Williams System 6 board. I spent 2.5 hours trying to figure out why I can't read and write the 5401, and it has come down to being an issue in the reset circuit. We have a bad transistor. I quickly figured it out as soon as I looked at the schematic, and I'm going to replace this chip real quick. I do have to shoot out of here in the next 15 minutes. So just look at the HFE gain on this guy. 40 volts, collector emitter breakdown, 40, 60, HFE 20. Yeah, I think they're good. I think we can do this. 4401. No, 4401's an NPN. I can't replace an NPN with a PNP. Oh, 4403. I am replacing. I gotta find 4403. $40 volts. PNP. HFE. Current gain 30. Alright, I think this is a good cross-reference, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this guy out. I could put it in a chip tester and test it. still stuck low. This is 5. That's 5. This should be 5 volts. Why, oh why are you not working? That's 5 volts. That's 5 volts. That is short of the ground. R42 at. R42 is this guy. 5 volts. Ground. Pull this resistor out. So this needs to go low. So I'm looking for a 0 here. So removing this resistor, so I was thinking maybe this resistor was shorted. So I removed this resistor, it's a 100 ohm resistor. So I removed it, and this just went to like the 0.36 volts. So this needs to be pulled low in order for it to actually go. So what we do is take this guy, hook it to the base of this guy here. This is where I failed in electronics. Is not a big fan of. Never good at analog circuits. I always get the math wrong.
If you get it right the first time, then you know you got it. Anytime you want it, babe. All you gotta do is make it hot.
All right, so pull the base of this transistor low. Yeah, something's not right. If I pull the base low, it doesn't even do anything. Alright, so issues on the reset circuit. So I'm going to dial, figure, I have to do some math on this craziness. We basically have pull up here, which pulls this up, which then feeds into this. This is an overcomplicated reset circuit. This could probably be all pulled out and replaced with one chip. So the idea is when you turn on your pinball machine, let's go to this view. You turn on the pinball machine, what's going to happen is you're going to have this voltage here is going to be present before this 5 volt DC circuit is. So when this 5 volts comes in, it should pull low, and as soon as this goes high, it should pull high. But I don't. So here we have an RC network. So this resistor will charge this up. And when this gets to a certain voltage, then this will go high. So by default it's low. Either the 12 volt or the 5 volt will then feed this RC network. This will slowly go up. And when it gets to a certain threshold, this will go high. So I got to figure out, this 4403 is probably fine. Wait a minute. It's not even a 4403. It's an MSA 9065. All right. Not sure what's going on there. I'm gonna have to do just a little bit further research, but I'm gonna call it quits for the day. I'd like to thank everyone for stopping by. I would like to finish this up on stream, but I have to go meet Blue Frenzy for my dinner, my birthday lunch with my brothers. So I am going to shoot out and run out and go do that. I may be back later, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, before Thuggy Sunday Send. So if I get back in time, I will finish this up after I do a little bit more re-understanding transistors, because I keep forgetting them off the top of my head. Too much stuff in my head. Keeps falling out. Goes in, comes out. Done with a logic analyzer, we determined that there's nothing wrong with the logic. It's just this reset is stuck low. So we just got to fix that, and we should be good to go. So again, thank everyone for stopping by. And I'm not sure, I'm going to raid out. Not sure if there's anybody to raid. Here, I know. Figure if you're still here, probably enjoy tech stuff. So I'm going to go raid this guy. He's still on. KB! Thank you for all the wonderful banning. I like the way the cat, my little pet, says he's been banned. It's kind of fun. I'm just gonna enjoy your comments. Lurk, bitch. All right, I'm raiding out. I can't sit here. And I want to, but I can't. All right. Let's raid the Coder. He is a UK repair guy. Does PS4 Switch repairs. Lots of soldering. I haven't seen him successfully fix anything yet, but hopefully today he does. He's a long stream, so just chill out for a little bit and have a good day. And thanks everyone for stopping by tonight, or stopping by today, or stopping by this morning. Like I said, I will probably jump on this later this evening, maybe around 9 o'clock, 8 or 9 o'clock. And we'll get this reset system fixed. It's probably this ugly looking cap that's sitting over here. This ugly looking cap from 1979. It's probably bad. So I'll check that, and we'll go ahead and look at I'll pull some of these transistors and figure out what's going on.